For centuries, we've been stuck in this epic tug of war between two ideas: fate versus free will. Is your life a pre-written script, or are you the one holding the pen? Well, what if the answer is neither? What if we've been asking the wrong question all along? This is the Sandbox Theory, and it kind of throws out the old rulebook. It suggests we view our universe not as a story, but as an incredibly sophisticated game engine. I mean, that's the big one, isn't it? When you make a choice, anything from what you eat for breakfast to who you decide to spend your life with, is that really you in the driver's seat? The Sandbox Theory suggests the answer is this wild, mind-bending collaboration. Imagine someone just handed you a controller for the most advanced game ever created. The catch: the world map is already completely finished, and the laws of physics, well, they're hard-coded. You can't change them. So, let's start with that fate side of the coin. And let's just forget all that stuff about mystical prophecies and destiny for a second. In this model, fate is much simpler. It's just the architecture of the level we're all playing on. Now, this isn't just a cool idea, it's actually rooted in real physics, Einstein's theory of relativity. To be specific, it says the time isn't some flowing river we're all drifting down. Nope, it's more like a solid block, a four-dimensional block of spacetime. The future isn't something that will happen, it's a location that already exists, just like a city on a map you just haven't flown to yet. And this, right here, is the key takeaway. It completely reframes how we think about fate. It's not some grand story written by the cosmos. It's just geometry, the fixed, unchangeable geometry of spacetime. Your future isn't a script, it's just a set of coordinates on that map. And that's where this world seed analogy comes in, and it's perfect. If you've ever played a game like Minecraft, you know exactly what this is. The entire world, every mountain, every cave, every single block is generated from one little string of text, the world seed, before you even take your first step. The Sandbox Theory says our universe is no different. The map was already rendered from a seed right at the beginning. Okay, so if spacetime is the game map, then what are the rules of the game? Well, that's where physics comes in. The laws of physics aren't just laws. They are the game engine. They are the fundamental underlying code that dictates how everything, and I mean everything, interacts on that map. And this is where it gets really, really cool. Look at how the fundamental constants of our universe line up perfectly with the limits of a computer. The speed of light, that's not just a speed limit. It's the universe's processor speed. It's clock speed. The Planck length, that's basically the resolution of a reality, the minimum pixel size. And then there's entropy. Oh man, that's the best one. Think about any game you've played for 100 hours. The save file gets huge, right? It has to remember every item you moved, every quest you completed. Well, the universe does the exact same thing. Entropy is essentially that save file bloat, the constant, irreversible recording of every single event. It's why time only moves forward. You can't unbreak an egg because the system can't just delete the egg is broken data from its save file. And that's a really important way to think about it. These physical laws aren't like traffic laws that someone just decided to make up. They are the absolute, hard-coded hardware constraints of our reality. You aren't fated to fall if you step off a cliff. You are simply subject to the game engine's strict rules about gravity. So you might be thinking, okay, if the map is already drawn and the rules are totally fixed, where the heck does my free will fit into all this? And here's the brilliant part. Our agency, our free will, that is the gameplay. So we have to redefine free will. It's not about having infinite freedom to do whatever you want, like suddenly deciding to fly. That would be like trying to hack the game's code. No, free will is emergent gameplay. It's all the clever, creative, and sometimes totally unexpected ways that players figure out how to work within a fixed set of rules. And just like in a game, our player characters have stats and limitations. Think about it. Your DNA, that's your starting skill tree. It defines your natural strengths and weaknesses. Your physical energy, that's literally your stamina bar. And get this, neuroscience shows us there's even a kind of input lag. Your brain often makes a decision milliseconds before your conscious mind is even aware of it. So in this model, free will isn't some magical power. It's a skill. It's the art of creative exploitation. It's about mastering the game's physics so you can find the most optimal, the most meaningful, the most interesting path through that static, pre-rendered map of spacetime. You aren't breaking the rules, you're just getting really, really good at playing the game. Okay, let's just pause and look at this for a second, because it sums up the whole idea perfectly. On one side, you've got the engine. That's fate. It's the hard-coded physics, the unchangeable world seed. And on the other side, you've got the gameplay. That's free will. That's us, the players, creatively navigating and observing inside that system. You see, they're not fighting each other. They're two parts of the same interface. But that still leaves one huge question, right? How do these two things, the fixed map and the free player, actually talk to each other? Well, the answer, incredibly, might be found down in the super weird world of quantum mechanics. Anyone who's played a modern video game intuitively understands this. A game doesn't render the entire massive world map all at once. Your console would literally melt. To save processing power, it only renders what's in your immediate field of view. The Sandbox Theory proposes our universe is just as efficient. And this isn't just a metaphor. It lines up perfectly with a very real, very strange phenomenon in quantum physics called the observer effect. Before we look at a particle, it doesn't really have a definite location. It exists as a cloud of possibilities. You could call it unrendered code. But the very instant we observe it, our act of looking forces that particle to snap into one single definite state. We render it into reality. So right there, at the most fundamental level, is the collaboration. Fate provides the source code, the list of all the mathematical probabilities of where a particle could be, but your free will, the simple act of conscious observation, is the trigger. It's what tells the universe which one of those possibilities to actually load into the game. So what does that mean? It means reality isn't some static, pre-recorded movie that's just playing out for us. It's more like a dynamic, procedurally generated world that's constantly being rendered into existence by our collective act of observation. We are co-creating our present moment just by choosing where to point the camera. And that really brings us to the powerful conclusion of the whole theory. Our power isn't in rewriting the fundamental code of existence. We can't do that. Our true agency, our real free will, lies in becoming masters of the engine we were born into, understanding its rules, its limits, and its potential so well that we can navigate it with purpose and creativity. The map is drawn. The rules are set. The controller is in your hands. So maybe the real question isn't whether or not you're free, but how you're going to play the game. What part of this incredible universe will you choose to render next?